Do you have any ideas as how to get to there? A lot of times, I found that the clients, have really good ideas or something set in their head as how, what the best way to get to achieve those goals would be. And if somebody, especially like you, is educated, probably knows a bit about the legal process.
And she keeps finding the religious aspect. So, I just need to find out whether Rastafarianism has officially been declared a religion.
Okay.
Back when I researched it, it was a political and social movement.
Okay.
It was basically a bunch of people wanted to get together and smoke pot and be able to do that with legal protection.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of stuff that people try and get legalized so that they can do the illegal acts.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Well, I think that general social ideals might be behind you there. I think that people, if this were to go to a jury, I think people might be behind you on that one. I think that that's the sort of society might think that way as well. So I think that that's probably a good idea. Now, do you have any other concerns about anything here? Like, you were talking about your reputation being damaged. Are there any other, non-legal concerns that you're worried about? Just things you're worried about and the outcome of all of this?
I'm just really worried about how my reputation is. I help out a lot at the church, so because those are people going to look at me in a different light, are they not going to trust me anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I've had, like I told you, I've had students send me emails, and here I'm calling one of the students that sent me an email and bringing them into the court system. So, so my confidentiality with the students is being tarnished because of this.
Well, maybe there are things that we can do to take care of that as well on the non-legal side. Maybe you can have a talk with the student body or a talk with your church to explain to them what's happened with all of this.
Do you think there would be a way to keep the media completely out of this?
Well, we can talk to the judge and see how he thinks. Maybe because it's a matter with a student, somebody who's young, that we could keep the media.
I would love for that to be part of the dismissal. If I don't want the media to be involved.
There's no way to guarantee that the media won't be involved at all. You can't. If somebody catches wind of something, but we can do the best we can to minimize that and to take control of anything.
And make sure that she and her attorney don't go out and actually seek out the media.
Well, we can probably ask that it be a closed trial, but we can't do anything about if she wants to talk to people because.
So there's no way to do a gag order on this case?
We can look into it. Okay. I'm not sure right now. Maybe there's something we can find that we can look into it. But because this is something that's with the TV and all of that, it could very well have some sort of media coverage. But if that does happen, we can do our best to keep it downplayed and to take control of that and to make sure that if it does get to that point, we'll do everything we can to have it not. But that we'll have.
Because I remember the media explosion a few years ago when the guy with TV took the plane flight.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not have that kind of media exposure on a school. We're a new school, which would not be good for us. We're all going to not even a decade now, and we're already in the courtroom.
Yeah, you don't want trials played out in the media. This isn't something that we need everyone judging on, and you don't need that kind of light shown upon the university. So, we'll do everything that we can to keep that quiet. But if it does come up, we can talk to the different media outlets and try to get it to be as favorable as it can be. So we'll do what we can, but it's kind of volatile.
Yes.
We can't make any promises about that for sure. But just want to make sure that we're both on the same page here, and that we have the kind of I have the right understanding of what you've told me. So you said that Sam Holliday came in. She told you about the TV in a way that was really unacceptable. That was in October, and that then in November, between the October and November, you had a lot of calls and anonymous calls and emails, and then specifically from this Tyler Tyler, what was his name, Tyler?
Tyler Blunt.
Tyler Blunt, that she had been breaching the treatment plan. So then you had her removed from the university for safety and, safety of university purposes. Also, that there was another girl named Katie Hummel that had a TB that was following it correctly and that didn't pose a threat, so that could be the other thing to follow. But also that Marion Leveridge was the group advisor for the Rastafarian group, but she's been terminated because of improper conduct with drugs and with supplying drugs and everything to the group, which is very impressive. And that, let's see, Sam was an RA, and you'd like to have the attorney's fees covered, and you'd like to have everything just dismissed, is the outcome of the case. And you're worried about your reputation with your church and with the student, and you're worried about the students, and you're worried about your reputation in the university. Is that pretty much? Is there anything else that you're worried about in there?
Not really. I mean, we'll just have to see how they respond to this.
Okay. Now I know you have a meeting to get to fairly soon.
Yes,
I don't want you to have to. I do want to go over a chronology of events from from just where you feel that this all started out. Like the day that it started up until now. That's really important to get just for me and for you to get the facts. Just discrete facts in order from to now, and then we can go back through and pick things out so we can really have a solid case to work with. I don't know if you have time for that right now.
Yeah, I believe I do.
Okay, so
I don't know the specific date as to when she got TB, and there's no information on as to how.
Okay.
So I believe it was before October, however, and then October was the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 7.
Oh,
When she made payment for the meeting.
the meeting or for the agreement? Because I believe the agreement that she signed with the hospital was on the 5th.
Okay.
So let's see. It says here that she came to meet you on the 7th.
Yeah. So on the 7th.
Okay. So you feel it started? You would say like it started out when she got TB, and we need to find out maybe when that was.
So she went in October 5th for the treatment. Must have been a while before because it looks like she was trying to avoid going to court over this.
Okay, and then she came into your office on the 7th, right?
Yes.
And I need to get some more details about the facts of when she came into your office and how things, how everything went down in there, if there's anything specifically to pull out.
She walked in with a mask, and which of course really terrified me because I didn't know what was going on. And then she hands me a piece of paper, and the mask doesn't protect you against everything. I swear I must have used Corel on my hands about 7 times.
Okay.
And I carry a ball in my pocket now because I'm so terrified of that.
Oh, that's understandable. I mean, it's a scary disease. You don't want to catch it, for sure. So she came into your office. Did she talk to your secretary?
She just informed my secretary that she needed to talk to me on an emergency personal matter.
Okay, that's good to know.
She did not mention TB until I received the paperwork.
Okay. She was wearing a mask and she handed you the papers then.
Yes.
And then at that point you felt like you needed to use the Purell a lot because what happened after that?
She left my office, and over the next month I started receiving emails, voicemails, various messages about the Lost Farming Group as well as her.
Okay. Well, maybe take some time to break those down, that incidents down a little later. But just over the next month you got the emails. Do you know how many emails and calls you got?
At least a dozen calls.
At least a dozen calls, okay.
Regarding both the Lost Farming Group as well as her.
Okay, regarding the Rastafarian group and her. That's
Yes.
good to know. Now, what was the next big event that sticks out in your mind after that?
Receiving the text message.
Okay, the text message. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I was with my daughter was playing on my BlackBerry. She was playing the breaker game.
Okay.
And that was the night of October 7th. And is when we received the text message.
Okay.
And as you could see in the text message, it was typed out in kind of a code.
Oh,
So
yes, yes.
obviously he was afraid that she was going to see that.
Yeah.
It took us over the weekend to decipher it. And then November 5th is when I was able to fully understand the message.
Okay. Okay, so that was the 27th, and then it was the 5th, okay.
Yeah, I sent him a reply with it. Also, another thanking him very much for the information.
Okay, you put back the code to
Yeah.
make it more,
Yeah, so
Okay.
that it wouldn't be as obvious.
nice, good stuff. And then what happened after that?
I went over all the documentation I had regarding her situation,
Mhm.
and on the 7th, I decided that I was tired of her violating her treatment plan,
Mhm.
and overall just decided that for public safety, it would be better if she was no longer present at the campus.
Okay, what actions did you take to
I sent
have her removed?
her the email, and as well as campus security to make sure that she didn't violate any more as she was leaving the campus.
Okay, you sent the campus security to the door?
Yes.
Okay. And you had her removed that night?
Yes.
Okay. Then, what happened after that? What would be the next, big event?
Then I received the complaint, to which I replied with the certified letter.
Okay.
Shortly after that incident is when I received notification from campus security about mirroring leverage in the drug party that was going on.
Okay, so you received the complaint, that she emailed you the complaint?
Yes,
Okay.
So I received her complaint, to which I responded.
Okay, and then you responded with, you have the different things here, all
Yes.
And then, it was, how many days after that, how long after that was it that you said that party?
The following weekend.
The following weekend, okay. And that's when
That's when campus security overheard students talking about going over to Marion's house to smoke marijuana.
Okay, so, so tell me about how that happened. Can you tell me a little bit more, like, did campus security come to you and then they related the story?
Yes, I received a call from a security officer, Bob, actually.
Okay.
He called me and told me that he had information regarding the Lost Firing Group and illegal drugs.
Okay.
And I'm fine with their dietary needs, but we have zero tolerance policy.
Yo, that's completely understandable.
And we overheard them in the dining hall discussing going over to Marion's house.
Okay.
And since it was members of the Lost Firing Group, we were able to therefore determine that it was likely Marion leverage. We found out the time, and I actually contacted the local police about that. They gave us authorization to send campus security as well as 2 police officers over there.
Okay.
And when they arrived, they discovered drug paraphernalia, as well as the apartment smelling very heavily of marijuana.
Okay, so they went over there with 2 police officers.
Yes.
And they.
Just thought there was no jurisdictional issues.
Okay, was there a police report for that I could?
There should be.
Okay, I'll look into that. And was Sam at that party?
Sam was not.
She wasn't? Okay. But that's good for character references for Marion. Okay, we'll maybe need to talk to the officers involved in that as well, because it.
Yeah, there was Officer Anderson and what was the officer's name? I actually don't know. There's my church.
That's okay. If you
I'll
remember it,
email
yeah.
you with the name if I can remember it.
Let's see. And then, does that bring us up to now, basically, or
Yes.
she served you with the
Then,
notice?
she met with him, some attorney and filed paperwork.
And then they received that? And
Yes, and then
okay.
and here we are.
Yes, and then here we are, okay. And she's saying that you were violating her rights and you dismissed her because of her religion, not because of her
Correct.
following the treatment plan.
That's what she said.
But she obviously wasn't following the treatment plan, so. Now, I'm definitely gonna have to look through these things and we're gonna need to